right, so hello everyone and welcome. Look, it's your girl Katrina Basnight-Menendez, and look, I am super excited. I know we haven't even been up here. I don't even know the last time, right? But nevertheless, I do this with special guests. So if you're looking, you want to promote, you want to have a conversation, an open, transparent conversation, then you're more than welcome to get on the calendar to do so. And so guess what? Who am I? You may just be coming in. This may be your first time getting to know me or whatever the case may be, but I am the #1 Black face of women in menopause. Yes, I'm a woman in menopause having a slight hot flash right now as we speak, but this is the thing. You can thrive in your business while managing your menopause. Let me say that again. Thrive in your business while you're managing your menopause. You don't have to allow menopause to take over your whole entire life. And it's not the end of life. It is literally just another transition. And ladies, we know all about all of the transitions that we go through. And so this is just another one that you can thrive in. And I've been meeting women all over the globe who are like, you know what? I am living my best life. I am thriving in menopause and I'm enjoying myself. And so look, that can be you as well. So let me get a couple of things out the way before I introduce our guest on tonight, right? Miss Annie Francesca. And I was like, I hope I don't say that wrong. But look, I even had a little lesson behind the scenes, right? Before we hopped up here. But I'm going to bring her on in just a couple of minutes. And so look, you see at the bottom, menopause and mimosas. Look, you all, September the 18th. Right? It seems like it's been forever. So if you have not registered, you need to go ahead and get registered. This is the thing. If you're not in menopause, this is still for you, right? And I simply say that because I wish I would have had more resources and more communities and more support when I was thrown into menopause at the age of 30 with no guidance, with no support, just a bunch of pamphlets that I had to read. And I was looking like, okay, so what's going on next? What's going to happen next? So look, this is for you as well. So go ahead. You see the link at the bottom, bit.ly, Meno 2021. You want to go ahead and get registered. This is going to be fun, informative, and we have some amazing CEOs, experts, and women sharing their menopausal experience. And so look, and we got some really cool, like literally cool products, right? From our speakers and our sponsors. And so get in on this, menopause and mimosas. So grab a couple of your girlfriends. Get your notebook, your pen, your pad, your iPad, whatever you need to do so you can take notes, and whatever those burning questions that, your general practitioner or whoever have not been able to answer for you, you can definitely get those answers because we're going to have live Q&A with our speakers and different things. So look, once again, and you all, I'm really thinking that this one here is going to be the last virtual one. I know. But we have some other things planned. And so you want to get in on this virtual experience while you can. And so look, I know some people are like, oh my gosh, she's up here tonight. Yes. So once you join, say, hey, hi, hello. And then, of course, how can you support? Hit the share button. What is it going to take you? I don't know, a couple of seconds just to hit the share button. And so before we bring on our guests, you all, once again, that's just your invitation. So it's no pressure at all. Don't feel like, oh my God, I got to go. But the same way we talk about puberty, right? It's the same way we need to normalize menopause in your workplace, in your churches, in your home, and wherever. So we all got to puberty. We're all going to get to menopause, and our journey may be different. You may not deal with hot flashes. Praise the Lord. But you may deal with some other things, anxiety, heart palpitations, thinning hair, acne, all of these different things, weight gain, and even on the mental side, right? So we're talking about menopause from all angles, not just symptoms, but from all angles. So once again, that is your invitation to join us next Saturday, September the 18th from 10 to 2. Look, we ain't going to be there all day, but you want to come in. And I even know a young lady who attended last year. And she inboxed me and she said it was so informative because shortly thereafter, and I'm talking about maybe a month after, she had to have an emergency hysterectomy. So she already had a heads up of some things to expect, some ways to manage, some tips and strategies. And so look, we never know, right? These things are very uncertain, but that's your invitation. And so look, you all, that's enough about that. If you want more information, inbox me or look on social media. It's up there. Just get registered. And so Annie Francesca is joining us just in a few moments. You all, I asked all the guests, what are 5 things? Look, I know everybody has an amazing bio, right? I have one too, but I'm not really into reading someone's entire bio. So I just ask people, what are 5 things you want the audience to know about you? And so Annie Francesca, the Accession stylist, and I may have said that wrong too, you all, forgive me. But she once lived in a religious cult. You all, we're going to dive into that, right? Because I'm like, what? I know some of you all are thinking, a cult? What kind of lifestyle was she living, right? But she is the founder of Victoria's Shopping Tours. She's the founder of the $1 Million Style Method. How many of us are like, girl, I need some more style. I need to regroup this wardrobe I got going on here. I need to declutter and get rid of some things because really I'm wearing the same 5 to 10 things, and I just maybe need some tips on how I can mix and match that, or whatever the case may be. Some staple pieces, ladies. And I'm not a stylist, but I like having some staple pieces. I just love shoes, right? So let's switch up the game with shoes and purses. That's for me. So she's a former regional director of Fabulous. At 50, she overcame an incurable cancer diagnosis, and she wrote a book about it. You all, these are some interesting facts, right? And lastly, she spoke at the Women's Economic Forum in London, England. And so you all, without further ado, let me bring Annie. Hi, Annie. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing great, Carlika. It's so nice to be here. And I love your EFIT series podcast for women in menopause. I think you're just absolutely fabulous. So thank you for having me.
Thank you. Well, I am super excited to have you joining us on this evening. And so ladies, as you come on, make sure that you go ahead and share this out. Y'all, that's my phone buzzing. Look, I thought I turned it all the way off. I had it on mute, but nevertheless. So Annie, just introduce yourself. I gave those 5 things, but let everyone know who you are, where you're from, and what do you do?
Okay, well, I live in Brome, Quebec, which is Rome with a B, and I am the Ascension Stylist, and I help women instantly activate unstoppable confidence by dressing their $1 million selves. Ooh. And so that's something that I'd love to dive in with you for your audience today, because as you have probably experienced for yourself, when you're going through menopause, your self-confidence is completely shattered because you're going through this huge life change, and who you used to be is not who you're now, and you're just dealing with all kinds of self-doubt and body issues and weight changes. So
yeah. So that is very, very you all, I'm looking down too, but that is very, very profound, simply because, so you all know I multitask, right? So I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm doing. I'm sharing the video. So Facebook, I have some restriction or someone tried to log into my account, but it was me logging in from another device the other day. So yeah, I'm just maneuvering some things to share this video. I'm like, why aren't these comments and things coming up? Well, it's because it didn't share up here, but we're going to share it from our YouTube channel up here. So you all, that was a sidebar. You all know I'm very transparent. I tell you all everything and anything that you want to know. So, right.
You did that seamlessly.
Yeah. Like no hidden agenda. And so, right. I've actually had some weight gain from menopause. I've actually been losing some weight now, but it's literally for me making some lifestyle changes. Ladies, I have not been doing like strenuous working out, but that's a misconception that a lot of people have in menopause, that the harder I work out, and that's just so not true. I've talked to ladies who were running like 5 to 7 miles a day, and I was like, I'm not doing that. So, but they were still gaining weight. They wasn't losing weight. And so you're right. It messes with your confidence when you're like jumping in your pants and you're trying to figure out, okay, I don't like the way this looking. And frankly, a lot of people sometimes don't even know what styles fit for them, even in those transitions, whether it's weight gain or even weight loss. Yeah.
Well, have you noticed that once you hit a certain age bracket it's like you can't even find yourself anymore in the magazines or the fashion ads or in the mannequins in the window. And if you do, there's an image there that's represented for you that is incongruent with who you see yourself becoming, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like an older type of woman, and she's dressed in a certain way. And so those were things that I faced just before I was turning 50, and also just before I was turning 50 and going through immediate menopause, because I went through intensive surgery to remove, all the reproductive female parts, and then that just launched me, boom, right into menopause. So I was dealing with a whole bunch of things: incurable cancer diagnosis, sudden onslaught of menopause, and turning 50, and so I was at this place where I was about to lose everything that in our society says will give you confidence. You know, the lean figure, the youthful appearance, hair, eyelashes, right?
Yes.
And had a big scar and everything. So my confidence was on the line for sure, big time.
Wow. And I think at some point in time, a lot of women and men, but typically because our audience are women, deal with those periods of low self-esteem. And it can be from situations, it can be from circumstances, it can be, like you said, the media and all of these things of what you should look like and how your body should be. And we're not talking about from a healthy standpoint, right? But the way that things are projected towards us is that, look, at this age, you should look like this, and this is how you should dress. And if you don't, I don't follow trends, right? So even in my closet and different things, I don't go out and buy the latest things. I buy what I like to wear, and however I like to do it. And so I think a lot of times with all of the different pressures from society, and then the pressures that we put on ourselves as well, because we put a lot of pressure on ourselves to look a certain way, to act a certain way, to be able to relate and associate with certain crowds of people. And so then we lose ourselves without just saying, you know what, I'm going to show up and be simply Carlika Basnight-Menendez, just all of that. I'm going to show up and just be Annie Francesca. This is what you get, whether it's long hair, short hair, weave, wig, gray hair, blue hair, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. Well, for years, I combed through the magazines, in style magazines, looking for, like, preparing myself for this stage of life, because 50 is a really big stage, right? And wanted to prepare myself with, okay, how am I going to show up when I'm 50? Because they have all the styles for what to wear when you're 20, what to wear when you're 30, 40, 50, 60, and then barely anything for 70, 80, 90. And so in that period where I was diagnosed with incurable cancer, and I'm now faced with this life and death situation, that's when I discovered something around fashion that radically transformed my life and radically transformed the life of the women that I work with. And most of the time we just have this notion that, first of all, style is just a frivolous thing. And if we want to activate confidence, well, we just go out and buy a new dress. Like, a new dress will do it, right? Or a new pair of shoes. But if we're really honest with ourselves, what happens when we just go out and buy a new dress without really putting any thought into it?
Right. Typically, you still don't feel any better, or it's a quick fix, and that's what the society we live in now as well. We're always looking for quick fixes, whether it's in our business. What's the quickest way I can make money as easy as possible without having to do what I say is the hard work, right? And so even buying that new dress, so now you've wasted money. You've probably bought it out of emotional.
You
those things. So yeah.
Chances are you go to the department store, you settle, first of all, for something that's within your budget. So it's probably black.
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably something you've bought time and time again. There's nothing remarkable about it. It's the same kind of thing. You just maybe feel a little bit better because it's a new thing, but that's not going to move the needle any closer to activating unstoppable confidence inside of you, because confidence comes within. It's not something you apply from without.
Right.
That said, you can use the tool of style to align with something that's within you. And that's what I call dressing like your $1 million self.
I love that. Right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people write your million dollar self, you all, and that's literally saying, you know what? What I interpret that as is definitely dealing with those things from the inside, so it can project outwardly, regardless if I have on jogging pants or if I have on a $200 dress or a $2 dress. I'm confident and showing up exactly who I am, regardless. I'm not allowing the clothing or the makeup and all of these things to tell my story. I'm not allowing these things to define who I am. I'm just, I got to go out the house with something on, right? We got to put something on, but I'm not allowing those things, those dollar amounts and all of these things putting I think a lot of times some people, we put so much time and energy on the outside, and that woman who have on that $5,000 dress, she could be like the most broken woman. Mm-hmm. Versus that woman who went to Goodwill and found a Banana Republic dress or something for $5 and she's whole.
Well, here's the distinction, Carlika, and it's very crucial to get this, because there's actually 3 components to dressing like a $1 million woman. Mm-hmm. So I'll share them quickly and then I'll break it down.
Okay.
It first begins with reimagine your vision. Then reimagine yourself, and then you go and reimagine your wardrobe. So
that's good.
If we can go back to the first step, reimagine your vision. What are your big dreams? Right. Where do you see your life going? Where do you see your business or your career going? What dreams do you have specifically for yourself within this year, or even within the next 5 years? And I like to say, really flesh out your $1 million vision, which is likely not what you see yourself doing within this year, but go big.
Yes.
Make it juicy, like it's $1 million vision. So really flesh out what is that $1 million vision. And that's exactly what I did when I was diagnosed with incurable cancer. I was lying on a hospital bed when I got that news, just recovering. Like I was just out of the operating room.
Wow.
And my surgeon told me, she basically told me in a nutshell, you have incurable cancer. And she left me with this big giant boom of a life and death situation. And after the big FUs, just, I didn't express it outwardly, but they were there, right? It was like a FU, right? The first thing I did was I called for a nurse and asked her to bring me a piece of paper and a pen. And I'm sure she must have thought, you just got out of the operating room. What are you going to write about? And as soon as I got that pen and the piece of paper, I started to write out my $1 million dreams.
Wow.
Top of the list. I'm traveling the world. I'm speaking on stages. I'm writing and publishing a book. I'm doing a whole bunch of other things, but those were the top ones. And then at the bottom of the list was cancer was not going to be part of my reality ever again. Mm-hmm. So those were my $1 million dreams. And I had no clue, because I'm lying on my back without the physical health, emotional health, financial health. I was an entrepreneur, didn't have anything that help me to believe that I can make this true on any level. And I just had to put it out there.
Wow.
So what are your $1 million dreams? If you had this kind of life and death situation, for instance, and that's sometimes what it takes to flesh out your $1 million dreams, is if it was your last day, what do you really want to accomplish with your life?
And I love that, but I've always wondered, because I've asked the question myself before to people, like, why do we need to wait for something drastic or, God forbid, catastrophic to happen for us to really say, you know what? Or we can even use now, like the pandemic and everything. It has thrust and forced some people to actually go after their dreams, actually go after their passion and make a profit. It's for some people in their businesses and different things to pivot, right? It's literally forced us to do some things. And my question, it's almost like the foundation, and nothing wrong with any of the foundations, Make-A-Wish and all of these different things, right? But my whole thing is, why does a kid or anyone need to be like on their deathbed, or the possibility of not making it for the next 6 months in order to go to Disney World or something? Like those dreams and different things, whatever that may be for someone, why can't we make those things happen? And even in our own personal life, like, why do we need to wait for something catastrophic to happen to say, you know what, every day I'm just going to do a little bit. Every day I tell myself I have an appointment. Every day I have an appointment. And with who? With what? Destiny. I have an appointment with destiny every single day, that I'm going to show up and I'm going to do something towards, and I love it, my $1 million. I call myself, I am the millionaire, menopause millionaire, right? And so these are things that I tell myself, and I'm working towards it. And so it's just baffling sometimes, like, why do we need to wait? Simple
answer is comfort. We get inside our comfort zones. Yeah. And this will tie into the last point about reimagine your wardrobe. So the second step is reimagine yourself. Who do you have to become to step into those $1 million dreams? Is your current self holding you back? Is your current self, with your beliefs, thoughts, habits, patterns, all of that stuff, is that currently holding you back from fully embodying your $1 million dreams?
Wow.
Because what does that $1 million look like? A $1 million woman look like? She is on top of her game. She's unstoppable. She has different habits that allow her to have created this success already, right? So that's what you need to get clear on. Who is your $1 million woman? And for me, going back to the example of being diagnosed with incurable cancer, I was a cancer patient. That's how everyone would identify me, especially when I lost my hair. I'd be instantly recognizable everywhere I went. Oh, I'm so sorry for you, but your health. People would treat me with a level of empathy and compassion, and also, dare I say, self-pity. I would be treated like a victim of a circumstance, right?
Right.
So that was the last thing I wanted. I wanted people to look at me and go, "You're a freaking rock star." I wanted them to look at me and not even see the word cancer.
Right.
So who is your $1 million self? That's what you need to get clear on. And this ties into my next point is ask yourself, this is about reimagining your wardrobe. Ask yourself, what can I wear that will allow me to embody my $1 million self, my $1 million woman? And that's what I asked myself when I was diagnosed, when I was starting to go through treatment, because I didn't want to be seen like a cancer patient. Right. And for me, what showed up one night, like I had been the founder, along with my daughter, of a company called Victoria Shopping Tours. So we hosted luxurious shopping experiences for women. And my daughter was hosting this shopping experience for about 30 women. My son was also helping her with that. And I joined the shopping tour, and I had just gone through chemo, and I was looking for that piece, what can I wear that would help me to step into my $1 million woman?
Wow.
And then it showed up on the rack. And guess what it was, Carlika?
What was it?
It was this pair of midnight blues, sparkly sequin pants. They were skin tight. I mean, everything that the magazines say a 50-year-old woman should never wear. And I tried them on. When I got out of the change room, 30 women were standing around and going, "Oh my God, you just have to have those pants."
Look.
So,
right. And so in that moment, like, what were your thoughts when you, like, let's just back up a little bit. Like, what was your look? We have the CEO of Mogul TV up here with us on tonight, joining in. So look, you all, we are live on YouTube as well. Facebook said, I guess they restricted me or did something when I did that sign in, so I'm not able to go, but the link is on YouTube. So, right, go ahead and share it out with your audience as well. You can even share that link in your email or however that looks. So when you decided to put these pants on, so what was going on through your mind as you're putting these pants on, and to the point that once you came out the dressing room?
There's a photograph I could share with you, because you could see it in my mind. It's so readable. My mind is going, can I wear these? Is it okay for me to wear these? Can I wear these in this city? And these are the questions that we ask ourselves as women. And I've seen it so many times. Yeah. Every time I've gone shopping, a woman will come out of the change room and she'll say, she'll have her friend there, or her boyfriend, or her husband, and she'll talk herself out of something fabulous, right? So my mind is going, can I wear these? Where can I wear these?
Can I wear these? Do they look right? Do they, do it make my butt look bigger, smaller? All of these other questions that are going,
totally.
Do we make my stomach look a certain way? And it's just like, whatever you feel comfortable in.
Yeah. Well, I just knew instinctively that these pants were active. They were activating, even the moment that I tried them on. They were activating this unstoppable confidence in me. Yeah. So I bought them, even though they pushed me out of my comfort zone, even price-wise, because, the financial piece around, right? I had about 6 months to get my life into gear, financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, all those things. I didn't have like this great big window of time. So I paid $150 for a pair of sparkly pants that people would wear for Christmas or for New Year's. And I decided to wear them during the day.
But you know what? That's a misconception too, because who says we can't wear sparkles and sparkles every day of the week? It doesn't matter if it's a Monday. If I wanted to wear some purple sequins, why can't I can wear it.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's what I did. I wore the sparkly pants with some, casual boots, a chunky sweater, wore it around town, and people would stop me everywhere I went and just say, "Excuse me, I just have to say this to you. You look like $1 million." And then I would have to say this back to them, because I needed to know for myself. I needed to know, can you see this in me? Mm-hmm. So I said, I just had my second round of chemo the other day. Can you tell? Like, I've got no hair, no eyelashes. I was wearing a wig at the time, and then their mouths would drop open. And then I heard the words that were like music to my ears, and they would say, "Oh my God, whatever you're doing, keep going. It's totally working for you."
Wow.
And I just knew.
You know what, Annie, everyone needs encouragement, right, on our journey. Yeah. whether that's in our business, whether that's with our health, just in life in general. And I do believe people will be sent right your way. But the thing is, it's not going to matter. Like I remember when I was dealing with the eating disorder, it didn't matter how many people were telling me, oh, you look good, or this, that, and the third, or most people didn't even know I had an eating disorder. So it didn't matter, because in my mind, what I saw when I looked in the mirror was a fat girl. Just this huge girl at 80 pounds. I still thought I was fat. So I couldn't get skinny enough. So with even all of the words of encouragement, the accolades or whatever, just, those comments and different things, until we really change our perspective of ourselves, it's not going to matter if we have on jogging pants. It's not going to matter if we have on sparkles, we sparkling from head to toe. It's not going to matter if we have on stilettos or sneakers. The thing is, it's not going to matter if someone say, you know what, your dream, your goal that you're going for is amazing and you can do it. And it doesn't matter if 100 people told us every day, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. If we talk ourselves out and sabotage it ourselves, thinking that, I don't know if I can really do it. Oh, girl, you can do it. I don't know. Then ultimately, whatever we decide from our words is going to be our actions, and that's going to be our reality.
Well, here's the thing, Carlika. I stopped seeing myself as a cancer patient because of those pants.
Wow.
I could see something different in the mirror, and all they gave me, those interactions gave me, was just like this. It was a mirror reflecting back to me. Okay, no one can see that other reality that people want to put you in. The doctors, the surgeons, the nurses, they all want to put you in that reality.
Yeah.
Do you remember, like, how you've probably watched movies like My Fair Lady, Julia Roberts, and Pretty Woman, right?
Yes.
It's the same principle, and yet we are so programmed around fashion and style that we can't even see the message in those movies.
Right.
So the story opens with a woman who's down and out. She's on the streets. She's doing what she can, like totally selling herself out with whatever job she's doing as a sex worker, prostitute, whatever. This other woman selling flowers, totally sold out to, well, I don't have any self-confidence, but I'm just getting by, right?
Yeah.
But she has a big dream, and someone comes along, and it's always a man. Someone comes along and says, hey, I want to invite you into this vision. And the vision is hers. It's her $1 million dream. She's been singing about it. She's been dreaming about it night after night after night. And her dream is to rise quickly, to be seen as that next level woman, as that woman that radiates self-confidence. And she's a woman of high society, and everyone respects her. And when she walks into the room, she just owns it. She just literally commands respect.
Yeah.
And so the man takes her under her wing, and all this time, as young women, we were watching this movie, we're thinking, oh, it's the man. The man is doing all the, he's making the transformation happen. No, he was just presenting her with what she was already dreaming about.
I think a lot of times, most people, most women and men, but most women, we don't realize what we already have. And so that's why we want to look like other people. We want to do what other people are doing. We want to copy. We want to compete. We want to do all of these things, not realizing what we already have is enough. What we already have. And when we tap into our own superpower, when we tap into the things that's already within us, and then to let those things project out, then that's when we have unstoppable confidence, right?
Yeah.
So then that's how I look at it. We have unstoppable confidence, but it's not something you can go buy out of the store, right? You can't go get it out of Walmart, and you can't go get it out of your Saks and Fifth or any of these stores. It's something that's developed. is something that over a course of time, and unfortunately, it's sad. Some women never get to that potential. They never max out at their potential to understand that I am enough with what I have and who I am. And I think when we really, really tap into that, and we're not so focused on the external of everything, and you all, we're not telling anyone not to look nice and all of these things, but when you really do the work with inside, that is priceless compared to $150 pants, compared to a $600 jacket, or whatever, your red bottoms or whatever you desire to wear. That confidence, right? And this is where we have to get rid of so much of the judgmental mentality as well, because sometimes people can assume, oh, okay, well, she, because of the way she looks, people assume certain things, and that person that you might have looked down on, who just had the jogging pants and a messy bun or whatever the case may be, that may be the person who's actually your keynote speaker. That may be the person that's getting ready to stroke your check for your nonprofit organization. You don't know. And so before we assume and before we categorize people based upon simply appearance, once again, someone who looks all polished and commands the room, that could be someone who's really going through a traumatic time in their life. And before they came downstairs, they had a breakdown, but they, powdered up, fixed themselves up to say, you know what, and talked themselves, motivated themselves until they go back to that quiet and that lonely and hidden place.
Yeah. So true. Well, just quickly to sew up that analogy about Pretty Woman is, it wasn't until she stepped into that dress, right? That red dress, that she completely owned the room. Same with Audrey Hepburn in My Fair Lady. It wasn't until she put on that gown and showed up at that party that she just exuded this inner confidence that convinced everybody in the room that she was actually royalty. Whereas a month ago, she was so down on her luck that she lacked the confidence to sell flowers, really.
And you know what, Annie, we can equate that to the modern women today. This is why a lot of women in business are not being profitable, because they don't have the confidence to give an invitation for an offer. Right?
Yeah.
They're like, okay, I don't want to talk about my business too much. Oh, I don't want to charge, I don't want to charge that price, because we're assuming that, you know what, who's going to buy this? Who can afford this? You're not in anyone's bank account or their pockets. Whatever people want, they will find a way. And so what I've noticed, even in the entrepreneur world, a lot of women they're afraid to share what they offer. How can anyone know what you have to offer if you're not talking about it, right? If we're not the ones speaking up about it, unless you just have a whole team of people, and this is what they do. But most of us don't have a whole entire team of people yet, for those who need one. But this is why I believe a lot of women entrepreneurs are not making money in their business, because they don't have unstoppable confidence. Meaning, when they get that no, don't fold and say, oh my God, are you going to throw the whole business away because you got 10 no's? No, someone's going to say yes, but just because you got 5 no's today, it may be one person that says yes. Okay. And then the next day you keep going back at it, right? I think about when my kids were learning how to walk. I didn't say, I'm going to cut your legs off because you fell down and you didn't walk the first time. No, we encourage them, get back up. And I know that was a little extreme, right? But sometimes we need extreme examples to get us in the mindset of, I need to make some things different. So when they was first learning how to walk, I didn't say, you know what, we're taking you to get your legs cut off because you know what, this is your first time trying. Or this was you only been walking or wobbling wobbling for a week. So let me go get your feet cut off since you're not going to no. We just kept encouraging them. Come on, you can do it. Come on.
Yeah.
And so until they got it, it's the same thing in our life. It's the same thing in our business. Keep going, even with the no's, to develop that unstoppable confidence.
Yeah.
Mogul TV channel. Look, we ain't cutting no feet off. I don't want no one talking about. She's talking about cutting people. No, that was just an extreme analogy to say, you know what? just because something may not be going on. Keep offering it, keep putting in there. And then make sure you're getting in front of the right people, right? But that's the business talk. Make sure your offers are in front of the right people. But I have noticed a lot of people, they're like, why am I not making money? Well, are you telling people every single day about what you have to offer? Are you giving them an invitation? And if you're not, that might be a clue that, hey, and then, you hear a lot of women say, I don't like to sell. I don't like to sell. I don't like to. And I'm like, you're not really selling. You're just giving an invitation. Look at it as an invitation.
Yeah. Well, one of my clients, she had been struggling for 6 years with that very thing that you're talking about, and was undercharging, just charging like $12,000 for services for an entire year. And after she worked with me for 2 days, within 2 weeks, she was tripling her income, 300%.
Wow.
And she's consistently, like her conversion rates are 100%.
Amazing.
And we don't even realize how we have been programmed around a lack of self-confidence with our self-expression. And so sometimes that's all it takes is just learning how to dress, how to show up like your $1 million self. And once you make that connection, it's like such a massive change.
But you're literally unstoppable.
Yeah.
Like when you really show up, and I love that you all show up as your $1 million self. What does that mean? Not that you have on $1 million outfit, but if you have confidence, like some people want other people confidence. I've heard women say, oh my God, I wish I had your energy. I wish I just had your confidence. I wish. And I'm like, girl, you can have it. Like you just got to develop it. And it really starts with your mindset. It starts with how do you see you? Those learned behaviors can be unlearned. It's just going to take some work.
Yeah.
It takes work.
Yeah. Or undoing the programs. The work is undoing those programs.
Yeah. Yep. When you show up as your $1 million self. And that's what we're doing in 2021, right? And for the rest of our life, right? Everything that's going on around us everything is uncertain, but one thing that people can't take away from you when you have it is your confidence. People can't take away your goals and your dreams. The main person that stop us is us. I've never had anyone just tell me, oh, Carlika, you can't do those dreams. You can't do it. We tell ourselves with those self-limiting beliefs of doubt and fear and procrastination and perfectionism and becoming silent, right? A lot of times when we have low self-esteem or develop those things, or we're looking at the media and magazines and other people and our friends and our family and all of these other distractions, instead of just focusing on, let me just focus on me. And we weren't really taught that even in this time, you all, take time to focus on you. Take time to dream big. Take time to be your $1 million self. Take the time to say, you know what? Right. I forgot I dreamed about that. And then don't just dream it and write it down, right? Let's take some action. We got to take action. We got to do some work, because sitting and just dreaming is literally just an idea and a dream. But if you really want to see it manifested, you really want to see it to come to pass, do the work and connect with the right people. Connect with some people that's not just going to push you and pray for you and all of these things, but they're going to not just encourage you, but they may give you a tip. They may give you a strategy. Like Annie said with her client, right? 100% conversion rate. So if you are looking like, you know what? I need to become my $1 million self. I'm ready to step and I'm ready to show up, stand up and speak up as my $1 million self. Then look, there's the link right here on the screen. You can book a free, yes, you heard, free $1 million style consultation here. And that's your consultation. Okay. Right. You want results. So if you want results, unless you just enjoy being stuck, if you enjoy being silent, if you enjoy not going after your goals, if you enjoy not doing the things and living the life that you want, if you enjoy having low self-esteem, then 9 times out of 10, you shouldn't click on this link. But if you're saying to yourself, you know what, I know that I'm ready. 2021 is not over, right? It's not over. And so even if you're saying, I'm just getting started, Carlika, here's an opportunity for you to get started, to say, I'm going to show up from here on out as my $1 million self. It's that simple.
Yeah.
I'm doing it. I'm showing up every day as my $1 million self, regardless if I got to take a nap, do this, just take care of yourself. That's part of showing up as your $1 million self. It's self-care. You learn how to implement all of these things in your life to create the life that you definitely want. And so we want to hear from you all, even in the comments. Mogul Media TV channel says, absolutely, your mindset is the only limit.
Yeah.
So true. Thank you so much. If you all have not shared this with your audience, go ahead, get that link and share it. We are live on our YouTube channel. Yes. Okay. So you all, there is the link for that once again. So book your free $1 million style consultation with Annie. She's very relatable, very personal, laid back, right? It's, some people be afraid to talk to other people. It's just like, no, that's not showing up as your $1 million self. So move out of your own way so that you can start developing the confidence that you need to create the life that you want. You need confidence to show up in the life that you want, whether that's in your purpose, being an entrepreneur, being a better mom, being a better friend, whatever that looks like, and whatever your success is, right? Because Annie, I do believe a lot of times everyone have their own definition of success. Society tries to make us think that this is what success looks like. And I'm like, not for me. This is what success looks like for me. And so you all, when you tap into your genius, when you tap into whatever your $1 million dream and style is, that's when you're going to be able to show up. That's when you're going to be able to speak up. That's when you're going to be able to walk into the room without saying a word.
And own it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you develop your unstoppable confidence. So how many of us are saying, you know what? I need some more. You need a booster. And sometimes we need a booster sometimes. Sometimes we need a booster because of life and family and all of these different things that try to come at us. Sometimes we need a booster. So that's why I say your community and your environment is vital to your growth. Right? It is very vital because you don't want to be around a bunch of people that's going to suffocate you.
So true. So true.
Yeah. So you all look, connect with Annie across social media as well. Annie, what's your social media handles?
I'm actually not on social media.
Well, Annie's not on social media, so you all.
I decided to say F it to social media.
You all see that right there, F it, right? And so let me clarify, because look, Annie, we just came out a few weeks ago with our Women Who Pray devotional. So someone might be like, F it, and they came out with a prayer book. So let me just clarify just a little bit. Okay. Yes, the shirt says F it. Yes, Annie said, she said F it to social media, and you got to say F it to those bad habits. You have to say F it to those self-limiting beliefs. You have to say F it to say, you know what, I'm going to get out of my comfort zone so that I can show up looking like in my $1 million style, right? With my $1 million mindset. Okay. Mind, body, and soul. You all notice we ain't say nothing about the outside. Now, Annie can get you right on that too and get you style, but she's talking about, that inner styling. Let's get that all taken together so that you can exude on the outside. And so what is F it, you all? For those who have never, ever heard it, probably F it. Number one is faith it. What are you believing for? Right? Whatever that goal, whatever that dream, whatever it is, what are you believing for? How are you going to obtain it? What are some steps you're going to do? We talked about mindset. We talked about working on your inner self, getting rid of those self-limiting beliefs and all of those things. So what are you believing for? And so 2, face it. You have to face your own challenges. You have to face those things that you need to deal and heal from, right? You got to deal with them and you have to heal from them. It could be childhood trauma. It could be something that happened last week. It could be something really that happened today. So are you going to continue for the rest of the week pondering on that one thing that happened on today, and that's going to dictate the rest of your week? You can't get your time back, right? We can make more money. We can do all of these things, but your time, once 650 hit, 650 for today will never, ever exist again. So you cannot get your time back. So you want to face those things, deal, and you want to heal. And lastly, You want to be committed to fulfilling your purpose. You can't do anyone else's, and no one else can do yours. So be committed. So the next time you walk past the mirror, I'm challenging you, right? When you're like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And then all of these thoughts like, oh, you can't do it. You shouldn't do it. All of these things. I want you to look in the mirror, and I want you to have you have to develop an ethic attitude, right? Meaning I'm going to be determined. I'm going to have some grit. I'm going to have some sass about myself that, you know what? I'm not even going to stand in my own way. Right? Move yourself out the way, stand flat-footed in the mirror, and you know what? You just say F it, and you say it loud. And I don't care if you have to say it in the car, whatever that next place out of your comfort zone that you're going to do. And you're just like, you know what? F it, send, F it. I'm going to connect with that person. F it. I'm going after my dreams. F it. I'm going after my goals. F it. I'm going to show up as looking like $1 million, okay? Mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, all of the things, even emotionally. And so look, say F it. Just stand flat footed. I had to explain that because someone might be like, now I know she got a prayer book out. And she's talking about F it. So that
I effing love that, Carlika.
Thank you. Look, Mogul Channel, Mogul TV Channel is Miss Tamika Chapman, CEO of Mogul TV Channel, and she's talking about I love it. Look, you all, and I tell myself F it all the time when I'm going to another level, when I'm stretching myself, when I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm telling myself F it as well. Like, nope, those self-limiting beliefs won't get me. Nope, perfectionism's not going to get me. F it, I'm going after it. So go after it. Any last words or words of encouragement, anything you want to share with our audience?
Well, you just said a mouthful there, Carlika. I don't know if I can top that, but yeah, just say F it. Also, to stop letting someone else, stop waiting actually for someone else to give you permission to go for it, to effing go for it, if I could parrot some of your words, right? Yeah. And we do that even just in the simplest way of asking for permission for someone to, quote unquote, allow us to dress the way we really want to. Yes. So next time you're even in a change room and you're trying on something that's freaking fabulous, just remember that's a metaphor. If you're stopping yourself in the change room, where else are you stopping yourself?
Ooh, that's good.
Go for it. Wear what makes you feel like your $1 million self. Wow. And then be and do what makes you embody your $1 million dreams.
You all heard it firsthand, right? Show up as your $1 million self. And you all, that may be someone saying, you know, I'm already showing up. Well, take it up a notch, right? I'm always, I'm my only competition. So I'm always looking for ways, where can I elevate? Where can I do better? And different things, and just take it to the next level and keep stretching yourself. And yes, just be and do
you. I love it.
Just show up. Look, you all, I don't know I can't show up any other person or any other way. This is what you're going to get, right? Whether we're on a live stream, whether we're in person, this is who you get. Just transparent and being yourself. There's no one else out there like you. Nobody.
No.
It's not, you're definitely an original. So quit acting like you're a copy and be the original, right? And go out there and F it. Go out there and show up being your $1 million self. And so you all, I want to say thank you, Annie. You all, once again, there is her link. It'll also be in the chat as well. So look, go ahead and book your free $1 million style consultation right there, right on Calendly. I probably said that all wrong, y'all. Don't mind me. It's okay. So look, make sure you check out Annie and book your free consultation with her. And then whatever you do, just say, I'm going to show up as my $1 million self, right? Hashtag $1 million self, hashtag $1 million self, and go ahead and write it somewhere on your whiteboard, on your vision board, wherever, so you can have a constant reminder that in those days where you feel like, okay, today's just not the best day, you look at that and you're like, you know what, but I'm still showing up as my $1 million self. And that your $1 million self may say, I'm not 100% showing up, but whatever that percentage is, that's the best of you for that day. Don't add more pressure on yourself, right? Don't add more pressure. So Annie, thank you, thank you, thank you. Look, you all, develop your unstoppable confidence. It's already in you. So let it burst out and let it sparkle like the pants that Annie bought, right? Sparkle and shine every single day.
Like the jacket.
Yes. Sparkle and shine every single day because you're saying, I'm showing up as my $1 million self. Ladies, remember, Menopause and Mimosa is going on September the 18th. Make sure you go ahead and get registered for that. We have some amazing, I'll be dropping one of our guest speakers on, we actually have a celebrity guest speaker that will be joining us on the virtual experience next Saturday. So I will be dropping her graphic on tomorrow, but you want to go ahead and get registered, right? Because like I said, this probably will be the last one virtually, but nevertheless, once again, Annie, thank you, thank you, thank you. You all go ahead and get that link off of YouTube. I'm going to be doing some research with Facebook to see like what's up. Contact and support or somebody. But nevertheless, look, we make it happen. We make it happen. Because we have unstoppable confidence. If I didn't tell you all, you wouldn't even know, right? But y'all know I'll tell everything. So either way, go to YouTube, grab that link, share that with your community and your audience. So someone else, this may be what someone else needs to hear now, tomorrow, next year, or whenever, that, hey, I need some unstoppable confidence. And how can I do it? Because I want to show up as my $1 million self. So once again, Annie, thank you so much. And look, you all, for those who tuned in now, next week, next year, 2 years from now, we just want to say thank you and go show up as your $1 million self. Until the next time, I am Carlika Katrina Basnight-Menendez. Yes, all of that. And remember, when you change your perspective, you will change your life. All right, y'all. We'll talk to you soon.